Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a very special episode of the Black and Gold Show, live here on Sports Talking with JB. I'm your host, JB. Right here to the left or the right of me is my co-host for the night. Y'all probably seen her on other shows. The great Jocelyn Thomas goes by Jocelyn Knows Sports, and she repping ASU.
ASU.
What's going on,
Don't
my
tell
friend?
nobody I said.
How you doing?
I am doing amazing. I am in Montgomery.
There we
Ironically,
go.
right?
There we go.
Makes sense for the Bama State episode.
It's only right for you to be
It's
in the
only
go.
right. It's only right.
So, all right, we got a very special show tonight, man. I want y'all to please hit the like button. You coming in, watching. Everybody that watches tonight, please hit the like button. Share this to somebody who's interested and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We have surpassed 550 subscribers. So thanks everybody for helping out with that. We on a quest to get to 1,000 and it's gonna come. Everybody in the chat, y'all like to chat up tonight. What's up, me?
Hey girl, hey.
TJ, he was always here, man. So thank you guys for joining. All right, so without further ado, what we're gonna do tonight, I got a very special guest I'm gonna bring up. This is why we're doing the show, and I'm gonna let her talk about herself. I'm gonna let her introduce. I'm just gonna introduce her. All right, this is Alabama State's. This is a history-making moment. This is the first Division I coach for flag football because Alabama State is the first D1 school that has flag football as a sport. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Coach Jennifer Constable.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
How you doing, Coach Jennifer?
I'm doing great. As you can hear behind me, football never stops, right? I'm out recruiting right now, but definitely got to make time to do this. So
That's awesome, man. So we want to thank you, first of all, for joining us while you're on a recruiting trail somewhere in the middle of Kansas.
yeah, I'm in Pratt, Kansas. That's right.
Wow. Repping the Bama State all the way in
Always,
Kansas.
always. Very rarely see me without it. So.
That's awesome, man. So we appreciate you. First of all, what we're going to do, we're going to let you introduce yourself to the world. Tell the people about you a little bit about yourself before we get started.
Sure. So, Coach Jennifer Constuble, right? Alabama State's first head coach for women's flag football, Division I. You know, we're the very first program to initiate that drive to get Division I athletes, you know, an opportunity to play flag football. It's been a long time coming for me. I get always, flag football came out of nowhere, just blew up the last couple of years. I've been involved in this for over 20 years.
Wow.
My first steps in flag football was back in 2003. It was in the community that I lived in, you know, there wasn't a lot going on for the kids, and you know, there's something about football, right? No matter what you do, if you bring football into the community at any level, flag or tackle or what be, the community rallies around it. So we reached out to my husband and I. We had actually reached out to NFL Flag, which was just a grassroots program. They were just barely getting off the ground. They didn't know how it was going to take, and we went from about 100 kids our first season to going in by our third season we were at 500 kids. And really just invested in the community, invested in the youth. And by 2005, I was actually coaching the very first all-girls program in Southern California. And it was really just seeing the girls on the sidelines rallying and getting so excited for the game. And I said, don't you want to play? Let's go. So it was really just grabbing little sisters and cousins and neighbors. What are you waiting for? Your cousin's playing. Let's go. You're playing too. Let's go. So we really just built a team right out the gates and played nothing but boys. You win some,
Oh, wow.
you always learn. And they built so much determination and pride in themselves by playing flag football, you know, something that everyone else kept telling them they couldn't play. So going from that, I went on and coached high school ball, affiliated with the CIF back home in California. We help regulate the rules and regulations. I also work with the Los Angeles Rams. So I work in the youth engagement and football development programs. We bring a lot of stuff into the community, just local engagement and getting kids really vested into the sport. Specifically, of course, flag football. You know, so when we go on to do stuff, I really rally around the young ladies and trying to bring them on. And now I'm here. So.
Wow, that's awesome. Had no idea. I mean, I did a little research. I knew you were into this. 20 years. I mean, that's awesome. So it's only right for you to be the first coach of flag football. So
You
this was
know,
like destiny, right?
it was funny because I when Alabama first announced they were going to have like football, I kept getting tagged in posts and I kept getting sent like different messages. Hey, are you gonna apply for this? And I'm like, well, I mean, I'm having a great time at the high school level. My team just went undefeated. We went Division 1 at the high school level. Like, we're having a great time over here. I don't know. Let's see. So after many people kept saying, just go, just go. I said, all right, why not? I'll throw my hat in the ring, see what happens. And I think it took about 3 days before I got a phone call. So
That's awesome. Jocelyn, you wanna add something?
One, I am in awe in general. Like I'm a big fan of sports, but women in sports, always my love language.
yeah,
And to hear the journey that you kind of stayed the course when a sport like this wasn't as popular, it wasn't as mainstream. And to be the first to do something or do anything is always just an amazing thing in general. But from my hometown of Montgomery, Alabama, to see it being the first, to see an amazing woman like yourself being the first to coach it is just amazing. And I think I don't think an introduction will do you justice of all the things you have actually been able to do. Because 20 years, I mean, you're a vet in the game, really. So you're the first, but this ain't your first.
Mhm.
like I said, long time coming. So when people say, oh, like you've been doing this for a couple years, yeah, a few,
Yeah,
Just a
yeah.
little bit, right?
little bit, yeah. So I mean, it was always important for me. Like, so I have 5 kids and a granddaughter. So
Ooh,
my,
okay. You
so
got
my
your own flag football team.
oh yeah, definitely. So, but we started them in flag. My 2 older boys, when
Mhm.
my young oldest was 3, he was playing with 5-year-olds. When he was 5, he was playing with the 9-year-olds. By the time he got into junior high, where he put on the tackle pads, his footwork, his mobility, his IQ was so far surpassed everybody else. Everyone's like, "Where did you learn that?" And I said, "Flag football."
Yeah.
Mm.
So
Yep, yep. That's where you learn all the techniques.
yeah.
Fundamental.
That's where you get ready to learn the fundamentals. So this goes into my next question. How did you become the head coach of Alabama State's flag team? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, so when I got the phone call and they were interested in, kind of talking more about, just flag football and how to bring it to Alabama State and what my thoughts were, they actually invited me out to homecoming. So I came out and I kind of just sat in the shadows, right? I'm more of a, let me see what the community's about. How receptive is this going to be on this campus, but the community, because you can bring anything to a campus, but if the community is not vested in you and the program, it's not going to thrive. And it just starts with and that just goes for anything in life, right? If you don't have the village behind you, nothing succeeds. So I definitely just I sat in the stand. They're like, "Oh, come on down to the tent." I was like, "No, I would sit where it matters." I sat up on the hill and watched the game, talked to a bunch of people, talked to just families who just love football. And I had one young lady ask me, so what brought you here? And I kind of said, well, I'm thinking about maybe, taking on this position. And she was just like, flag football here? Oh, please do it. Like, this is what this community needs. You got to do it. And just having those personal experiences with just people, they don't know who I am, as far as I know, I'm
Mhm.
just some lady in the stands. But just really, really feeling the sense of pride in school, really the vision of what can really take on, and offering that first opportunity to students on campus. So you may not know, like the 25 young ladies who are on the campus now that were a part of this team, this inaugural season, not a single one of them were recruited to play here, right? They were,
You had tryouts, right?
yeah, so we had it's funny, we had 4 days of tryouts. I announced the team on Saturday. We had our first team practice on Monday, and that following Saturday was our first game.
Ooh.
So we hit the ground sprinting. Um, but it really forced them to really learn quickly. So our tryout process was me implementing an offense, a defense, a passing tree, just basic calls, and the young ladies who picked it up quick. First 25, who what this is starting to click. Those are the ones who made it on the team, and they understood coming on was going to be a trial season for them. It's an extended tryout process. We actually just had exit reviews on Monday, and there was some tears, but they all understood what what the job was going to entail. And coming next season, we have some very, very good young ladies coming in, national recruit type young ladies.
Yes.
Our claim to fame right now is the young lady who was recently on the Super Bowl commercial, Miss Kelola Westerland. She has to play with us. Yeah, so she's going to definitely bring some great playability and character and pride to the program.
Say that name again.
Miss Kelola Westerland.
Okay. We're gonna have to research her. Okay, I like that.
Look it up.
Yeah.
500,000 things.
So you like earlier today, a few hours ago, you got a recruit, a commitment. Tell me about that commitment.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting, right? So I'm really looking for versatile players. Our roster right now is 25. I'm hoping to possibly push it to 30. But I kept less than half of our current roster, and filling the gaps with positional needs, with team needs, and just building a program with young ladies who are willing to do whatever it takes for the team. So our latest commitment, she actually plays multiple positions. Great arm at quarterback, can transition well to a corner, and he will even snap the ball. So being able to have more players who have that mindset and just the love of the game and are willing to do whatever it takes to get on the field, that's really what I'm looking for.
Man, that's awesome. Jocelyn, you got anything?
I actually do. So I had a question I kind of came up with earlier today. I was actually talking to JB. Maybe we were talking like a few weeks ago, just how much women's flag football has come to the surface. And I think it's just an amazing thing. I wasn't very familiar with it until I was on a work assignment and I was working the Under Armour All-American football game. And the women were the opening act. And one of the young ladies was like, "Can I watch her play?" And I was like, "This is actually pretty cool." I didn't know like it was on that level. So I was kind of wondering, being the first Division I school, what's the level of competition like with the other teams? Do you feel like they're as skilled as your players, or is there a certain advantage there? Because I know it's only like 14 states that actually have flag football teams.
Correct. So NAIA level has been playing for 5 years. Okay. So a lot of those programs are very well established. We played a few NAIA schools. We played some Division II, Division III programs. And so those young ladies on the teams that we've played against, those were all kids who've been recruited. They've been highly, recruited. They are at the top level of their state, of their region. So they had the advantage there on us coming into this season, especially because we had been together all of a week before our first game, right? So we went into the first game and everyone was calling each other by their numbers because they didn't get the names yet, So,
wow, okay.
Nicknames came really quick, so. But seeing their progress from now, I would put the returning players up against some of the really, really highly ranked NAI programs in a heartbeat, especially who we have coming in. We've got about 8 who've already committed to come in next season. All very, very versatile, very well established in the flag football just realm and that mindset, and just really have the heart for the game. So going into next year, I'm not backing down from any real challenges. So
I know that's right.
Well, I like that. I like that, Coach. All right, so now we got about 75 people watching right now. I need everybody to hit the like button while y'all watching this. We're gonna get this show live. Now, I got a question from the chat, and this from Mimi G. What is your vision for the team?
It's always been from the very beginning was to build such a strong enough foundation that anything and anyone coming in could never break it. And it comes with character. It comes with pride. You have to have a real love for this. If you just want to come in and wear a jersey because it's cute in the sidelines and flag football looks like a lot of fun, this is not the program for you. We're here to build a legacy, right? These young ladies, especially the ones who were part of the very first, it was instilled in them. We all we got, we need. And you need to live by that. You have to protect each other. You need to make sure that you're building one another up. Because what we do here for the next 4 years of this program has to put you in a better position for the next 40 years of your life to be successful once you leave flag football. So the vision for this team is to create leaders, to create young women with pride in themselves, and to really give them hope for their future.
Awesome answer to that question. I mean, and it's kind of what I was going to ask you next. You just mentioned y'all finished the inaugural exhibition season.
Yeah.
So how would you describe that experience, being that you put the team together so quickly and y'all got right out to it? And how many games did you guys play?
We played 7. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's 7.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean that experience is going to be like no other, especially hitting the ground running the way we did. It was really an opportunity to really coach young ladies who may have never touched a football in their life, and really give them not only just the fundamentals, but just drive that love of the game. And I feel like even the young ladies who may not be returning next year, I feel like they left this in this exhibition season learning so much more about themselves and more about what they're capable of actually doing once they actually embrace that grind, that mental, getting up at 5:30 in the morning for practice isn't fun, right? But they came out and they did it. Hitting that weight room. Some kids dragged their butt, but they were there, and they learned a whole lot more about themselves by doing that. That experience will last with them forever, and that's what's most important.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I thought you were gonna say. Because from briefly talking to you, I knew you would. You're a real coach. You're not just out here just trying to get girls to play. You want the best of the best. So you're on the recruiting trail right now. How many scholarships do you have for flag?
So since Division One hasn't, or NCAA, hasn't announced it officially as an emerging sport, we don't have that full flag football per se scholarship money. So a lot of people say, well, how do you recruit?
Right.
Obviously, if you cannot make it in a classroom, there's no way you're going to make it at a college level, especially at a Division One level where the expectations are very high, the demand is even higher. So right out the gates, I don't even recruit anybody if they don't have a 3.0 or above. So 3.0 is the standard.
Yeah.
You have to be able to be successful in the classroom before you're out here. When you leave the flag football field one day, you have to be able to manage life and activities and everything else, and be that leader, be that person you're meant to be in life once you leave this campus. And if I don't instill that in you early on, and if I don't bring young ladies who already have that mindset coming in, it's going to be very hard. It's going to be a struggle for the rest of your life. Really
Jocelyn, you want to add to that?
I do. I've been taking a lot of notes. I know you see me turn around. I'm a note taker type person.
I like it.
So you spoke about a lot of amazing things that happened this first season, which you should be extremely proud. I don't want to necessarily piggyback off Justin and ask. I'm sorry, JB. I forgot he has a new name nowadays. JB. Sorry. About what you're most proud about. But you spoke a lot about community. What can the community here in Montgomery, Alabama do to help you to have a successful second season? Is it more people in the stands? Is it more, social media public? Can we help recruit? Like, what can we do to make you even better than what you already are?
My day media wasn't really a thing, right? So that just wasn't, you didn't click the like button back in the day. But yeah, definitely just sharing their story, just sharing the success and even the failures, because at the end of the day, they're not. You walk away, even if you lose a game, you walk away learning something about yourself, about your program, and what you can build on for the next time. So yeah, just in the community, our very first game, we probably had a little over 150 people in the stand. Fantastic, so just bringing a little bit more pride out to the games. We're a new program. Our budget isn't as big as everyone really thinks it is. We've had people reach out, hey, what can we bring you resources? In which could be anything from extra pylons on the side to, hey, you know what? Listen, I volunteer to hold the sticks at a game. It's all just the little things. Little things add up to such a greater success in the long run.
All right. So when does the season start? When does the next season officially starts?
Yeah, so we're a spring sport, so we'll kick off back in January.
Okay. Remind me, I want to be out there. If I got to volunteer, I'll do something.
There you go. We'll give you some sticks and a down marker.
Yeah. Hey, I'll be out there for practice too if you need me.
There we go.
I'll be a guinea pig. But yeah, I mean, I like it because it's history making, right? And I want to give a shout out to Dr. Cable, for hiring you and putting emphasis on flag football here. And when I first saw it last year, I said, wait a minute, how are we going to have flag football if there's no other teams, right? But you mentioned that they play in the NAIA, but we're the first Division I team. So
And
you
there
kind of
are some other Division I programs that actually have like an intramural, a club program.
Okay.
But we're the first program that actually recognized it as a full-fledged varsity sport.
okay. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I did have a quick question, Justin. Do you see other schools going that route in the next year, 2 years?
I've talked to several ADs from other schools, and the D2, D3 level is definitely on the rise. There is a couple Division Ones who have already kind of put feelers out for a head coach for their positions.
Okay.
I feel in the next 3 to 4 years we'll see a bigger rise. And then you got the Olympics coming in 2028.
Yeah.
That's going to piggyback a lot. I think the schools that are holding out, once they see what that recognition level is, once they see that it's not just a hype, it's not just something that's fun to talk about like now, and it's going to be put to pasture later. That's really going to be a big push.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you mentioned that Olympics. That's going to really jump it off. 2028. They're going to see it actually on a big platform, the world stage. You see flag football actually out there. So I like that a lot. And we want to just commend you again. Thank you for taking the job, for one thing. And we are both from Montgomery, me and Jocelyn, born and raised here. I went to Alabama State, and so anything I can do to support you and the team, just let me know. And I hope a lot of people see this interview and they embrace you as a coach and they want to play for you. You may be on the recruiting trail. I may know some. I'm going to help you as much as I can.
There we go. Yeah. It's not. There's no lack of talent out there, right? But you have to have. Are you a good student? Number one. So my checkoffs, GPA, academic achievements. Then I'll look at your stats. Then I'll look at your film. Then I'll talk to your coach. Talk to your counselor. I may call the math teacher. Hey, how's she doing in class? Little story. There was a young lady that I was really, really interested in. Met all those tangibles right out the gates. Sat in the stands at a game. And said, well, let's see how she acts when she doesn't know I'm here. And you do everything right when everyone's looking, but what are you really doing when you think no one's watching? And character didn't match what was over the phone. Sidelines, and you come off because your team's already winning, so your coach pulls you off, and you decide to go sit on your phone instead of handing out water. Or what are you doing to support the girls who are on the field when they are on the field? Are you leading by example? And that's where things started to fall south. And when I get, hey, coach, I had this game and I did this and that, I was like, yeah, I know, I saw. I also saw X, Y, and Z. And because of that, you're just not going to be what we need to fit here at this program. So it's really about really doing the right thing always. Being a leader, being someone who can take constructive criticism, someone who can really rally the girls around you, and you just, your presence speaks highly of yourself. How you carry yourself on the field is how you're going to carry yourself in the classroom and around the community. So really being just that pillar.
Yeah. Well, you seem like a great recruiter. Just from talking to you for the past 20, 25 minutes, hearing that, I know it's gonna be great for the future of our team, Bama State flag football. You need to get your dogs. However that the men, they say, we got our dogs, but you're gonna get your team together. And
I can put the knowledge here, but if you don't have it here, it's not gonna work.
That's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. So before we let you go, Josh, you got any last question for anything else?
Not really. I think I'm excited. One, I kind of want to know who won the game back there, but I'll worry about that another time.
Still going.
They're still going? Oh,
Still
my
going.
goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. But I will definitely be at a game this season. I don't necessarily live in Alabama anymore, but I do come and visit family. But I was very excited to see that Alabama State was able to secure this wonderful team, this wonderful coach. And I'm excited to see it all play out. Yeah. And I'm glad you brought up the Olympics. I think you hit it spot on. I think when me and JB were kind of talking about flag football, I was telling him, I was like, yeah, people don't even understand how big this thing is about to get because it's such a newer nuisance. Yeah. But I am ecstatic for you. I'm ecstatic for the future of Alabama State. And I am going to be at a couple games, so you can see me. You'll see me.
speaking of the Olympics, I'm going to just, drop a little kilo a little bit, but she's actually projected to make our Olympic team in 2028. So
Oh my goodness.
I'm recruiting and bringing on top talent. That's where we're going.
Oh, it's about to get crazy out there.
Man.
It's about to get insane for you year 2.
Hey, this ain't just a run-of-a-mill coach. This is one of the greatest coaches at flag football high school level. She's bringing it to the D1 level, and you got NFL experience.
Yeah,
I love it.
Hey.
Back out and made go work some camps. So
that's awesome.
Oh, okay.
That's awesome, Coach Constable. So do you want how can people get in touch with you? Like, far as I know, you say they hit your DMs up trying to, get a tryout and stuff like that. So how can they get in touch with you if they want to help out, they want to volunteer, they know somebody that may want to be a part of the team? How can they get in touch with you?
in this day and age, social media is really huge. We have it's Bama State WFF on Instagram. One is Coach J Constable on Instagram. You can always send me a message. Film goes really quick that way, and you can always go on the athletic website and then grab my email off of that. It is jconstable@alasu.edu. Film coaches from high school levels. I gladly appreciate player profiles, and sending over that information and just kind of the demographics of what they have going on in their communities and stuff like that. So
yeah, I like it. So you're also recruiting from the JUCO level, right?
that's what I'm at right now. Yep.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Man, I'm excited for you, and thank you so much once again for taking the time out on your recruiting trail to join us tonight. I had no idea, but that's awesome. I feel special now that you took time out to join us tonight.
Absolutely.
That's awesome, man. So we will be in touch. I thank you so much. I'm gonna let you get back to recruiting.
Yes, sir.
And thank you so much, Coach Jennifer Constable.
You're welcome. Thank you guys both for having me on.
All right.
Let us know who won.
I will. I definitely will. All right, guys. Have a good one.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
All right. Man, that was awesome.
It was. It was very
awesome. Hey, I appreciate everybody for watching, man. Seemed like we had a lot of people watching. Coach was on the recruiting trail. I had no idea.
Hey, the money don't sleep, and neither do Coach.
That's dedication, though. That's dedication, man. That's what you want, though. I mean, she mentioned that the season doesn't start until January, but she's got to get her team together. So she's already got an early start on recruiting. Here we are in April. So she's got a whole 7 months, 8 months. That's crazy.
And a big name recruit at that. I mean, she's bringing up Super Bowl ads, Olympic games. Like, that's really going to help put her team and her recruiting on the map.
Yeah. I'm blown away, man. I mean, I did my research and I knew she had all that experience, but man, she's getting these big name recruits. We talked about Olympics. This is awesome. So if y'all missed the live, y'all need to go back and watch this replay. If you miss anything, go watch the replay. Hit the like button, everybody. Share this to somebody. I mean, it's probably some high school kids out there that want to play, or some JUCO, some NAIA or Division II kids that want to get on the D1 level. They may be like that. They may be, the Patrick Mahomes of their school. And you want to come over here to Bama State and rep the black and gold. She out there looking for you. I'm telling you that now. So, Coach Constable, you can go to Bama State. Did she say Bama State WFF?
Yeah, for women's flag football.
Bama State WFF on Instagram. Check out the page.
She said Coach J Constable.
Yes, Coach J Constable as well. If you want to, if you're interested, volunteering or anything like that, because we're going to build up this flag football thing. I mean, I'm excited for it. I know you are, Jocelyn, because we talked about this.
Pulling up to a game or two. You think she'll do away before an old person like me, or probably not?
I don't know.
All right, we'll pray on it. We'll talk about it later.
Maybe you can get on the coaching staff. Maybe get on.
No. I still got a few moves, man.
Oh, you got no eligibility left. Come on now. You were born in the 80s. You can't go out there with them folks.
Don't they have like grad schools, athletes?
Nah, can't do that. No, we born in the 80s. Don't do that. Don't do that. Hey, shouts out to Alvin Mo.
There you go. Thanks, Alvin. Thank you.
She from back in the day when they ain't had the NIL, so we can't.
I'm
No
trying to get my
transfer portal.
reparations for it. I need my reparations for the NIL, actually.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, she was like that though. I mean, you didn't play flag, you played basketball, but I'm sure if they had flag, you would have been that. You would have been that girl.
Thank you.
I'm sure. All right, y'all. We're gonna get up out of here, man. We appreciate everybody for watching us, man. Please hit the like button, like I just said. Share it to somebody. Subscribe to this damn channel, man. Please do that. Do that for your folk. You know, shouts out to Mimi G for the question and all the love and support.
Mimi.
Spelled Jocelyn wrong, but that's okay.
That's okay. That is okay. That's on you, not her though.
Yeah, that's me. That's me. I like that Bama State shirt though, man. I like that shirt. That's a throwback, ain't it?
I don't know, you know. I got this for Coach Constable. I want to get some brownie points, you know.
Yeah, you try to rep for the coach. I like it though. I love it. All right, y'all. We're gonna get up out of here, man. Y'all be blessed. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. This is JB, host of the Black and Gold Show, which will be in full effect this fall. We're gonna talk not only men's football, now we got women's flag. So it's going down in a major way. So y'all subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned for more content. This is Jocelyn Knows Sports. Go follow her. It's right there. Jocelyn Knows Sports, all one word. Follow her on social media. She got a lot of content, and she'll be back on this network pretty soon. So y'all have a good night. Be blessed, and we out of here. Much love to everybody.